Yo, it's Jazzy Jazz, Jasmine Summers with iHeartRadio. I am chopping it up with the woman that needs no introduction. It's Monique. What's up, girl?
Hey, my babies. Hey.
Listen, congratulations on BMF. You play the owner of a strip club, right? And you,
Yes,
oh,
indeed.
girl, I gotta just stop and say, you are looking fabulous.
Thank you, Jazz.
I
Thank
mean,
you,
you
baby.
always do, but you are killing it.
Love will do something special to you, won't it?
Ooh, we got to talk about that real quick. But first, so tell me about your role in BMF and how you're loving it, and tell me the story. Give us a little bit of a spoiler alert.
You know, Goldie is the sister that the community loves, but
Hmm.
the church folks hate. Goldie is, I'll say this. I had an Aunt Vera, right? And anything you thought you needed, my Aunt Vera could give it to you
Mm,
and get it for you.
mm.
So there were some people that looked at that and said, oh my goodness, look at this villain. And there are some people that looked at that and said, oh my goodness, look at this hero.
Right.
So with Goldie, Goldie loves her community, baby. But if you're not good to the community, Goldie see to it that you won't be in the community.
Ooh, she will mess you up, huh? She will. So she goes hard in the paint. She's straight gangster.
For her people,
I love it.
for her people. And because when it was a strip club, right? And I got to tell you, the writers were so brilliant, Jazz, and Randy was so brilliant the way that they wrote it. Because with Goldie and the strip club, when you think strip club, right? Sometimes we think, oh man, these are women that they at the bottom of the barrel and life just wasn't good and they had to turn to this. When you come to Goldie's, you come in one way, but you leave out another way.
Tell me more about that.
Jazz, I can't. You got to watch it now. Okay.
Well, tell the audience, like, how do you interact with Big Meech and Southwest Tea?
Big Meech and Goldie almost develops a relationship that's very nurturing,
Hmm.
but both ways, because Goldie sees the strength, she sees the beauty, she sees the vulnerability, she sees the insecurity, she sees all of this in this young man, but she also sees these two kings. So it's almost like when they meet, you'll understand why they become glued together.
Yeah. And of course, they're meeting as Big Meech is expanding that BMF empire into the A, and Goldie plays a very important role in that, but you're just gonna have to check it out.
You got to do it. And you know what? Because I so appreciate Little Meech and Da Vinci. Because when I tell you, Jazz, them babies are pulling it off in such a way you think you're watching a documentary.
Oh, I'm not, they
They
go
are pulling
hard.
it off. I mean, you really believe that you're watching this in real time, though you know it's not. But the ones that are the glue to BMF, the ones that are gluing this together, is Nicole and Russell, the mama and the daddy. When I tell you, because a lot of our drug movies, we don't get to see the part where that mom and daddy is fighting for their babies. We
Mm.
just assume that it's a single family household. We assume that the parents are on drugs. We assume all these things, but you get a chance to see it when this mom and daddy is saying, we will not lose you to this. And I love it when McCole says they didn't come from a broken family. They came from a broken system.
Hey,
A lot of
word,
our babies. So,
word. Yeah, so
it's so, go
no,
ahead,
go
baby.
ahead.
No, you
No,
go
go.
ahead, Jazz.
Don't nobody want to hear from me. They want to hear from you, girl.
But it's so full of these gems, and that
Yeah.
speaks a lot to Curtis. It wasn't just let's shoot them up, bang them, and let's put the dope together. This was, you got a chance to see inside of that home. You got a chance to see the son now saying to the daddy, I can cover these bills. And the daddy saying, I'm the man in here.
Yeah. No, I
So
think that that's Monique, I think that is so important because they humanize these young men. They don't
yeah,
allow them to just be stereotypes, kind of like Boys in the Hood did back in the day. So
yes,
I
yeah.
congratulate you. And you are just blowing up. You're having specials. You're doing, and you're, like I said, you're looking fabulous. You matching the chair you sitting in. Now that is a boss queen right now. And you said it's all because of love. Tell me about that. Something we all want.
You know, Jazz, it took me a long time to understand it. But when you're being loved and you've learned how to love back, it feels good. It just feels good. So when people say, Monique, what you doing? I'm being loved and I've learned how to love back. That's what I'm
and you're
doing.
and you're being loved on and you're loving yourself,
Come on,
which is also
Jazz.
important, right? now how long
That's
have
all of it.
how long have you and Sydney been together now?
Sydney and I have been best friends since the 10th grade, since we were
What?
14.
What?
Right. But we've been married now for 16 years. So in total, we've been together about 40 years.
Oh my gosh. And when did you know it was you more than my best friend?
Okay, so listen. It was after I had a party at my house for Essence. I mean, I was going to Essence Festival the following day, but I had a party at my house the night before because it was the BET Awards, right? And we were roommates before, like brother and sister. So nothing odd for him to be in the bathroom while I'm getting ready, nothing. So I say to him, Jazz, as I'm getting myself dressed, I'll call you as soon as I get back from Essence. He said, okay. Well, normally he kissed me on my cheek. Well, this time it was half lip, half cheek.
Mm.
And it just felt different.
Ooh, it was kind of hot. You felt those shivers, huh?
And when I came back from Essence Festival, we've been together ever since.
Oh, I love it. Real quick, what is the secret to keeping a relationship together that long? It's not easy. And y'all are in the business, which makes it even more challenging. You live your life in the public eye. So, what is the secret to keeping that love burning and fresh and alive and strong?
Communication,
Mm,
honesty, and be
speak on it.
extreme. Be extreme. Be extreme when it comes to your mate. Listen, sisters, be extreme. Get you a costume every week. Okay, be
Mm.
extreme. Have breakfast in bed. Be extreme. Be extreme when it comes to your love for your man and your family, and be that unapologetically.
I love it. I love it. Word to the wise sisters. Take notes from Monique. She knows how to hold it down.
Listen, I'm still in that place where I can still learn too. So we're gonna take notes from each other.
Yes, but love is the elixir of life. So I congratulate you and Sydney on keeping it together. I celebrate Black love, and it just fills my heart up. So congratulations on that. Now you must feel vindicated. You stood up and took a stance at a time when it was so unpopular. You got mad shade, mad hate, but you said, no, I am standing up for the rights of Black women, Black comedians, and knowing your value, knowing your worth. How do you feel now that things are kind of settled? People are kind of being like, yeah, she was kind of right. Like my bag was kind of slim, and thanks to Monique, it's a little fatter. How do you feel as you reflect back on that? What are your thoughts?
I'm grateful because, and I'm gonna go back to my husband. Because oftentimes when we as Black women are hit with situations like that, there's no one to go home to. So we're
Mm,
fighting a battle by ourselves.
right,
And historically, we've not seen where that Black man stands with his Black woman when this is going on. I'm not saying it's never happened. I'm just saying we haven't seen it
right.
historically.
That's
And
no,
when it
that's true.
first hit, my husband took my hands and he looked at me and said, Mama, we're going to be good
Mm,
because you did it the
mm,
right way.
mm.
So there were times that I would look and say, I did it the right way. What's happening? He said, Mama, you just got to keep talking. You got to keep talking. The moment it'll go away if you stop talking. You've got to keep talking. And historically, Jazz, when a Black woman has spoke up and spoke out, historically, where were the masses of people that stood by her?
That's right.
Where were the masses of women that stood by her and said, come on, sister, we got you? So for me, I'm grateful that I had a family that allowed me to know where my priorities were. We're going to get this taken care of. But baby, I learned how to make cakes from scratch. You don't want to hear about that jazz. Do you hear what I'm saying? So through all of that, I fell more in love with my family. So to be
Aww.
here in this place, I'm proud. We're proud for our children to say, my parents stood up, and by them standing up, hopefully it will open up the doors for a lot of others coming behind me that's not even born yet.
What are
Hopefully
some
that
of the and what are some of the changes that you've seen because of that stance that you took?
I see a lot. Let me say this because I don't want it to seem like the changes that I'm seeing now is based on solely me. Because there are so many that came before me. One inched it, Thea Fadal inched it, Marsha Warfield inched it, Moms Mabley inched it, Whoopi Goldberg inched it. There were so many that came before me that kept inching it. So I can't just say the changes that I've made. I think the changes that are coming about now is we're more open to say it. The fear seems to be like, let me just say it because I've had sisters that sent me messages saying, Mo, I was too scared to say something.
I
But
think
I
that's
thank you because I said it. So I
facts,
think that just the speaking out.
facts, whole facts. So what's next for Monique? What you got coming up?
Let me tell you what I got coming up, okay? You ready
Woo!
for this? And you
Yes.
getting the exclusive, baby. You're getting the
Uh-oh.
exclusive. Listen, when I get finished these interviews today, I'm making an Italian soup. That's what's coming up over here.
You stupid girl.
And I'm gonna try to do a vegan cornbread for my babies because it's getting cold. That's what's coming up.
So this is how you keep your man happy too. Like you can put
Come
it
on.
down in the kitchen. Now,
Mm.
how do you, this is the last thing I'm gonna ask you, but the sex life, how do you keep that burning and on fire? You dress up. I got that part. I'm taking notes. Let me write them down.
You know what? I was doing a interview one time with Tammy Roman, my girl, and she says to me, Monique, are you morning time or nighttime? I said, I'm anytime it's asked for. I'm anytime it's needed.
Woo!
If you call out my name, I'll come running.
Woo!
So
You'll leave this interview if he
I
calls, huh?
stay on a honeymoon. Stay on your honeymoon, and we're 16 years in.
I love it. Well, Monique, it is an honor. It has been an honor to holler at you. I wish you all the best. You're just growing even more. You are blowing up, and I mean, you were already blown up, but you are blowing up even more. We love you. Thank you for standing up, for speaking out, and being who you are. And, just best of luck in the future. And thanks for chopping it up with me.
Thank you, baby. And I want to say I'm proud of you. You've been doing
Oh,
it for a while. It's not going unnoticed. Keep going, sis.
thank you, Boo. Love you. And we'll be checking out BMF. It's
Come on, baby.
dropping next month, January. What's the date? Give me the date again.
23rd.
Woo! Don't miss it, fam.
Did I say that right? don't take my word on that, Jazz. I got paused. Jordan, let her know what the date is, baby.
The 6th, Friday the 6th.
January 6th.
Yeah,
January
I
6th.
3 weeks later.
Well,
Okay, I
that's
took
okay.
it down
You
the
know what?
street.
But that's okay. If they had checked it out on the 23rd, they could have stayed home all day and binge watched it, which is so much fun. So whenever you check in, it's going to start streaming January 6th. Don't miss it. Thank you
Thank you,
again,
my
Monique.
baby.
Mwah. Love you, honey.
Love you, sis.